Okay, so let me tell you a story. It was a Tuesday, a truly epic Tuesday because it was burrito day. I had been thinking about this burrito all morning. I'm talking a masterpiece of culinary engineering, carnitas, extra guacamole, pico de gallo, the works. It was my Super Bowl, my World Series, my everything. I finally get it. I'm walking back to my office, holding it like it's a newborn baby. I'm 2 feet from my desk, ready to achieve peak happiness when I trip. On what? On air? On nothing? And the burrito, well, it went flying. It did a full triple axel and landed splat face down on the carpet. It was a tragedy of Shakespearean proportions. For a solid minute, I just stared at the floor. My life felt over. All my hopes and dreams were now a sad, saucy stain on the industrial-grade carpeting. My brain immediately went into full-on complaint mode. Of course this would happen to me. My day is ruined. Why is the universe so cruel? I was ready to write a strongly worded letter to gravity itself. It was a dark, dark moment, folks. I could practically hear a tiny violin playing a sad song just for me and my fallen burrito. I was about to spiral into a full-on funk, canceling the rest of my day to mourn my delicious departed friend. But then, something shifted. As I was kneeling there, in what I can only describe as the burrito grief pose, my friend walked by. He didn't laugh. Okay, he laughed a little. Then he said, "Man, that stinks. But hey, at least you didn't get any on your new sneakers." And I looked down. He was right. My kicks were pristine. And then I thought, well, at least I have money to buy another burrito. And then, at least I have a job to be walking back to. It was like a little switch flipped in my brain. The burrito apocalypse was still sad, but suddenly it wasn't the end of the world. That, my friends, was a tiny accidental dose of gratitude. It didn't magically put the burrito back in my hands, but it stopped the negativity train from completely derailing my day. It was the difference between moping for hours and just saying, well, that was dumb, and moving on. It was a reminder that even when something kinda stinks, there's usually something else that doesn't. And that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going on a quest, a mission, to find more of those at least moments and unlock the superpower of gratitude. Don't worry, it's easier than it sounds. So what even is gratitude? It sounds like a big fancy word you hear once a year when your aunt makes you go around the Thanksgiving table and say what you're thankful for. You mumble "my family" or "my dog" and then dive face first into the mashed potatoes? But gratitude is so much more than that. It's not a chore, it's more like a filter for your brain. Think of it like an Instagram filter. You can look at your life with the everything is terrible filter, where all the colors are dull and everything looks kinda blah. Or you can choose the "hey, this is pretty awesome" filter. Gratitude is basically just the act of noticing the good stuff. That's it. It's not about pretending bad things don't happen. My burrito disaster was real, and my feelings of sadness were valid. Gratitude doesn't erase the bad, it just shines a spotlight on the good that exists at the same time. It's like when you're playing a video game and you're stuck on a really hard level. You can either focus on the one impossible boss battle, or you can appreciate the cool graphics, the awesome soundtrack, and the fact that you have a full health bar and 3 extra lives. It's all about shifting your focus. Let's use another analogy. Your brain is like a social media feed. What you like and follow is what shows up more often. If you're constantly liking posts about how Mondays are the worst, how your Wi-Fi is slow, and how you have too much homework, your algorithm, your brain, is going to keep feeding you that negative content. But if you start consciously liking the good things, a funny meme your friend sent, the sun being out, the fact that your favorite show just dropped a new season, your mental feed starts to look a whole lot brighter. Gratitude is you, being the influencer of your own mind. The best part is, you don't need anything special to do it. You don't need to buy a gratitude journal made of rare imported paper or sit on a mountaintop meditating for 6 hours. You can practice gratitude while you're brushing your teeth, waiting for the bus, or scrolling through TikTok. It's a mental muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. Okay, so we know what gratitude is. It's noticing the good stuff. But why should you care? What's in it for you? Well, let me tell you, practicing gratitude is the ultimate life hack. It's like finding a cheat code for happiness. In a world that's constantly telling you what you don't have the newest phone, you don't have enough followers, you don't have a life as cool as that influencer in Bali, gratitude flips the script. It makes you focus on what you do have. And that, my friends, is a total game changer for your well-being. Now, you might be thinking, okay, Fallon, this all sounds nice, but is it real? Is there any science behind this? Or did you just make it all up after eating too much sugar? And that's a fair question. The answer is, it's totally real. Scientists, people in lab coats with clipboards and everything have actually studied this stuff. And what they've found is pretty amazing. Practicing gratitude literally changes your brain. It's like installing a new high-performance operating system for your mind. You're not just feeling better, you're biologically becoming better. Here's how it works, in non-boring terms. When you take a moment to feel thankful for something, your brain releases a cocktail of happy chemicals, specifically dopamine and serotonin. These are the same chemicals that get released when you eat a delicious slice of pizza or get a ton of likes on a post. They are the brain's natural mood boosters. So, every time you practice gratitude, you're giving yourself a little hit of happiness on demand. It's like having a good mood button in your pocket that you can press anytime you want. And the best part? It's free, it's legal, and it has no negative side effects. But wait, there's more. It doesn't just give you a temporary boost. Over time, practicing gratitude actually rewires your brain's neural pathways. Think of your brain as a grassy field. When you have a negative thought, you walk a certain path across the field. The more you walk that path, the more worn down and easy it becomes to follow. Gratitude creates a new positive path. At first, you have to stomp through the tall grass, but the more you walk the gratitude path, the clearer and more automatic it becomes. Eventually, your brain will naturally start taking the happy path instead of the grumpy one. This brain rewiring has some incredible benefits. All right, enough talk. Let's get to the action. If gratitude is a muscle, we need to start working it out. So here's your first daily quest, your first training mission. It's simple, it's fast, and it's incredibly powerful. It's called the 3 Good Things Challenge. All you have to do is, at some point every day, think of 3 specific good things that happened. That's it. The key here is to be specific. Don't just say, I'm thankful for my family. That's great, but it's too general. We need to zoom in. Let's break it down. Instead of my family, you could say, I'm grateful that my mom made my favorite pasta for dinner tonight. Instead of my friends, try. I'm grateful that my friend Sarah sent me that hilarious dog video that made me laugh so hard I snorted. See the difference? Specificity is what makes it real. It forces your brain to replay the positive moment, which doubles the happy chemical hit. It could be anything, big or small. I'm grateful for the way the sun felt on my face when I walked outside, or I'm grateful I found a parking spot right up front, or I'm grateful my favorite song came on the radio. The best time to do this is right before you go to sleep. When you do it at night, you're ending your day on a positive note. It primes your brain for better sleep and helps you wake up in a better mood. You can just think about them in your head, or you can write them down. Keeping a little note on your phone or a small notebook by your bed can be super effective. Looking back at your lists after a week or a month is amazing. You'll have a whole library of happy moments that you might have otherwise forgotten. It's your personal highlight reel. Ready for your next mission? This one takes things to the next level because it involves other people. It's called the Thank You Text Blitz. It's easy. It takes about 30 seconds, and it has a double whammy effect. It makes you feel good, and it makes someone else feel good. It's a win-win. Here's the plan. Once a day, or even just a few times a week, think of someone you're grateful for and send them a quick text telling them why. It doesn't have to be long or super emotional, just a simple, genuine message. Think about it. We text our friends all the time to send memes, make plans, or complain about stuff. How often do we text them just to say something nice? Probably not enough. So let's change that. Your text could be something like, hey, just wanted to say thanks for helping me with that homework last night. You're a lifesaver. Or, yo, was just thinking about that time we went to the concert. So much fun. Thanks for being an awesome friend. Or even just, hey mom, thanks for packing my lunch. Love you. It's that easy. The power of this is huge. First, for you. The act of thinking of someone and articulating why you appreciate them fires up all those gratitude circuits in your brain. You're actively focusing on the positive impact someone has on your life. But the real magic is what happens on the other end. Imagine you're just going about your day and you get a random text like that. It would totally make your day, right? It's a little burst of sunshine right on their phone screen. You have the power to give someone that feeling, and it costs you nothing. This next quest is for those moments when things are not going your way. This is your emergency gratitude tool. I call it the At Least game, and it's what I accidentally played during the Great Burrito Catastrophe. The rules are simple. Whenever you find yourself in a frustrating, annoying, or just plain bad situation, you have to find an at least statement. It's about finding the silver lining, no matter how small or ridiculous it seems. This game helps you reframe a negative situation and stop it from spiraling out of control. Let's run through some scenarios. You're stuck in terrible traffic and you're going to be late. Your first instinct is to get angry, honk the horn, and complain. Instead, play the game. This traffic is the worst, but at least I have a good playlist on. Or at least I have a car. Or at least I'm not on a unicycle. It might sound silly, but it breaks the cycle of frustration. It acknowledges the bad part, but immediately pivots to something that isn't bad. It's a mental judo move on your own negativity. Here are some more examples. You fail a test you studied hard for. Man, I can't believe I failed. But at least now I know exactly what I need to study for the retake. Your phone screen cracks. Are you kidding me? My screen is cracked, but at least the phone still works. Your favorite team loses the big game. This is devastating. But at least we had a great season and it was fun to watch. The at least doesn't fix the problem, but it changes your relationship to the problem. It makes it manageable. This game is so powerful because it trains you to become a problem solver instead of just a complainer. It shifts your perspective from this is a disaster to this is a setback. And here's the part that's okay. It builds resilience, which is a fancy word for being able to bounce back when life knocks you down. So the next time you spill coffee on your shirt, miss the bus, or your Wi-Fi cuts out during the most important part of a movie, challenge yourself. Find the at least. All right, we've been on quite a journey. We survived a burrito apocalypse, we rewired our brains with science, and we've collected a whole arsenal of gratitude quests. We've learned that gratitude isn't some boring chore, it's a superpower. It's a cheat code for happiness, an armor for your emotions, and a way to make your brain's social media feed a much cooler place to hang out. It's the simple, powerful act of noticing the good stuff that's already all around you, just waiting to be seen. You have all the tools you need to start today, August 17th, 2025. The challenge now is to actually use them. It's easy to read something like this, think, yeah, that's a good idea, and then go right back to scrolling and complaining. I get it, but I'm challenging you not to do that. I'm challenging you to pick just one thing we talked about today and try it. Just one. Maybe tonight, you'll try the 3 good things challenge before you go to sleep. Or maybe tomorrow, you'll send one thank you text blitz message to a friend. Or maybe the next time you get frustrated, you'll try the at least game. Don't try to be perfect. You'll have days where you forget. You'll have days where you're grumpy and you don't feel like being grateful for anything. That's totally fine. That's human. The goal isn't to be a perfect, happy robot 24/7. The goal is just to be a little bit better, a little bit happier, a little bit more grateful than you were yesterday. It's a practice, not a destination. Every time you choose gratitude, you're casting a vote for a happier life. You're taking one more step down that positive path in your brain. So here it is, your final mission. It's not just about unlocking more gratitude for yourself, it's about sharing it. The world can feel pretty negative sometimes, but you have the power to inject a little bit of light into it. So I'm asking you to be that light. Share this idea with a friend. Tell someone you appreciate them. Start a gratitude challenge with your family. Be the person who starts the slow clap. Let's make 2025 the year we stop focusing so much on what's wrong and start celebrating what's right. The mission is yours. Go out there and spread the good vibes. If this video helped you see gratitude in a new way, please make sure to like, comment, and share it with someone who might need to watch this. Your support helps spread these positive messages to more people who could benefit from them. Thanks for watching, and remember, you have the power to choose gratitude every single day.